Good afternoon, guys. I know you saw the agenda. Wait, Jake's not here. There's another 10 to 15 minutes. We might get out early. Sorry, I'm here now. I would like to start with a success since I couldn't really share that. But field day was, I think it went really well, and I want to say thank you to the classroom teachers. So if you would please go back and tell your grade levels how impressed I am with the work you guys put into it, and really taking on this. And the students did an awesome job presenting the information on the videos. They seemed to really get into it. Some of the classes had shirts made. The flags looked great. And I standing back on field day when everybody was lined up with their flags. It was really cool to stand back and see that. So, guys, I just want to say a huge thank you to that. And of course, the volunteers helped out as well, but just a big thank you for another successful year at field day. Now, I created this video because there's a certain issue or a topic that I really feel strongly about, and since I can't be there in person, this was the best way for me to get this across or to share my concerns. I want to try something new that can kind of help save the school some money and more than likely make things safer for students on the playground and help students be a little bit more responsible for the recess equipment. Up to this point, recess equipment has come from the PE budget as well as some different school funds. And so from the first year, basically for the first 5 years, we have averaged spending $474 each year simply on recess equipment. And a couple of the sheds and whatnot were averaging that as well. But this is $474 per year just for recess equipment. Now, you got to factor in this equipment is being used by 800 students roughly per day. So it gets a lot of wear and tear. And, not to mention, when the equipment's not put away, the outdoor elements tend to speed up, like dry it out, and it causes it to crack, and then those cracks allow the ball to go flat. And then, of course, there's also equipment that's just lost because it goes so far over the fence, or sometimes when the mowing company comes in, they go through with a brush hog and it just completely wipes that equipment out, of course. And to be honest with you, when I walk outside and I see this equipment kind of scattered here and there all over the place, it kind of gives the sense of, or the appearance that we don't really respect or can't maintain our school grounds. It's, maybe not an eyesore, but I just don't like that. I just don't like the way it looks when I walk out there and see those kinds of things. And also, the storage shed where the equipment is stored kind of becomes a piece of a play equipment. The kids go in there and try and play hide and seek, or they're in and out of it. And at one point the door has come off. I guess more than one point, but many times I've walked out and seen one of the doors completely off of the shed. And this is just kind of a safety issue, if you ask me. Excuse me. So, my proposal, here it is, for recess equipment to become an individual classroom responsibility starting next school year. So, my idea is that, classroom teachers, you can include recess equipment with your wish list or your request for donations during the open house or during the beginning of the year procedures. So, that would be each classroom would be responsible for keeping up with their own recess equipment. Now, my thought is that this format kind of helps students take better care of the equipment because they have more ownership. They're the ones that, or their parents are the ones that donate this equipment to the classroom. So I'm hoping this kind of allows more ownership of that equipment. And I really think that they'll quickly learn that if it gets lost or broken, or if they don't bring it in and it's left outside, or if it's way over the fence, that they just can't use it. And so up to now, it's kind of been they've always had another option. So if it goes over the fence, they just don't really seem to care as much. And I think that's one of the problems with it. And I've got a couple ideas that for a plan or a system for how I can help retrieve the equipment if and when it does go over the fence on accident. It could be some kind of online form or email or a paper form. that you or the students fill out and give to me or put in my mailbox, so I can try and maybe set aside a time during my week to where I can go over the fence and retrieve it if at all possible. Now, given our recent history with snakes, might not be so eager to go over the fence, but we'll do what we can to help get that back. Um, and this will also reduce the wear and tear on the equipment, because now you've only got about a classroom, maybe a grade level's worth of students that would be using this equipment per day rather than the entire school. So in jest, it would kind of last a little bit longer, I would think. Now, I would also need the teachers to help put a little bit more of an emphasis on taking good care of this equipment and help monitor the usage. And I really think this could be a very manageable and cost-effective solution. Students it can be one of their classroom jobs to maintain and transport the equipment in and out for recess as well. Now, in my experience, a rigid plastic container holds up best for transporting the equipment. The mesh bags tend to tear. As soon as a kid drags it across the ground, it's just going to rip a hole in it. So that's why the plastic containers are going to work out better, or last longer for that. And that might be another thing that a parent would be willing to donate to the classroom. Now, I know this is a lot, so I've got an idea for you. An idea to help jumpstart your recess equipment collection. I have some unused equipment that I would be more than willing to donate to this cause by doing a recess equipment raffle at the beginning of the school year. Maybe during our first work day when we're all in the cafeteria sitting down for lunch or something, I can, draw a name out periodically to break it up and have, the classroom teachers come up and pick one, possibly two per visit up there to kind of help get your collection started. And so, also there are times when PTO will allow the Encore team to use the Cook points or the different labels collected, those points that they earn, and they'll allow us to use those points. And there's a lot of times there's some different types of equipment, so I could use those points to help get a couple of pieces of equipment when I can, and then maybe throughout the year hold some kind of raffle or have a various contest for classrooms to come and earn or pick a new piece of equipment for their classroom, something along that line, and as an incentive for this new equipment. And I know, some of you are going to be a little bit concerned about if you'll get enough equipment donated from the parents. So, in my little bit of classroom experience, I did find that things were brought in pretty easily, because there are some students that they would prefer to bring in the ball or a jump rope or a frisbee or a hula hoop as compared to some of the other items. So I really think that you'd be okay with being able to get enough donations to have this stuff brought in. So and also the students are going to be your biggest allies on this, because some of the students are going to go home, Mom, Dad, we need a ball, we need a football, or this or that, and as long as they realize this is a donation, these things could last more than a year and kind of carry over. So with this all being said, I would like for the SIT team to kind of discuss this to see if this is something you all would be willing to do starting next school year. Now, if it's decided not to do this, I'm going to need to place that order for the equipment at the end of the school year before the last work day. So it's pretty important that you guys get a chance to discuss this with your grade levels and come to a grade level consensus. So let's do this. Let's plan on you guys, grade level chairs, going back, talking over the grade, and emailing me a yes to go along with the new plan, or a no to continue with the school-wide equipment. Let's get that email to me by, let's say, Monday, the first work day. That way, that'll give me enough time, to plan according. It might be that Mrs. Pfeiffer or the co-chairs would like this email as well, and that's something else you guys can discuss. But I appreciate you guys kind of being open to letting me share this video. This is something that's pretty important that I've been really wanting to discuss. So again, guys, I hope you have a great last week of school, and hopefully I will see you all on one of the work days. All right, thank you guys very much.